What's happening? It's your girl, Mickey Boo. We got a special guest today, y'all, on How Is Life Behind Your Lens. We have C. Will, and his music is phenomenal. It gives you like Cali, laid back, smooth vibes. I heard it for myself. I love it. Adding it to my playlist. Let's get into it.
I appreciate that. That's love.
Yeah, C. Will, how is life behind your lens?
Life is wonderful. Just, staying involved with every little friend group I have and trying to make sure we all can work towards a common goal if that's what people want to do. You know what I'm saying? And just plugging people where I can. You know what I'm saying? And plugging myself where I can.
Right. So, plug and play.
Right, literally.
Okay. And so, can you name a couple songs that are like your best tracks for you right now that you really vibe with yourself?
I mean, I just dropped Summer on Me back in, I believe, June. So that's the main one I've been promoting for the last few months. Summer's about to die down soon, so I'm about to drop another single here within the next coming weeks. But I definitely say Summer on Me, Focus, What It Takes to Be a Man. Those are the last few drops that I've put out.
Okay.
It's just all about, the first two were about, mentality, understanding how we're moving in the world and where you might have some shortcomings and just reflective stuff on what makes me the person I am, stuff like that. So my thought process and stuff like that. So I would definitely check out those.
Okay. Now, where can they find those tracks at?
Apple Music, Spotify. Okay. Go to my YouTube. You can all get that through the link in my bio on my Instagram.
Okay.
C.WillOfficial. I'm available pretty much.
And do you have an inspiration from a certain artist, or if you could compare yourself, what kind of sound do you think that you give for them to understand you a little better?
So I have a few artists that my parents are older, so I grew up listening to a lot of different genres, such as I grew up listening to Stevie Wonder. I grew up listening to a lot of Michael Jackson, a lot of DeBarge, older groups, the Diana Rosses of the world, Motown, stuff like that. But my siblings, my sister put me on to Beyonce and Bow Wow, whoever else, you know what I'm saying, J. Cole. And once I heard Cole, and my brother put me on the T.I. down, like he sort of gave me my trap element and stuff like that. But once I heard Cole, it was like, that's like, that felt like the most connection I had with an artist because of like what he was talking about. It felt real, you know what I'm saying? So that stuff like that all sort of plays into who I am. Andre 3000, just stuff to help really get that feeling of, getting the storytelling across and different points, hitting different points. So all of that builds into who I am. Even, Trippie Redd in college, listening to him, Don Toliver, stuff like that. It's all just whatever I feel is what comes out on the mic. So
Speaking of college, how was life like? What was life like for you growing up?
So growing up, I grew up in Dayton, Ohio. Grew up on a farm. We had, horses, cows, it's a different type of experience, you know what I'm saying? Just being around that environment, and then, went to Catholic school, stuff like that. So I can't say, like, I'm never going to be the guy that raps about, drugs and killing and all that, because that's not where I come from. I want to make genuine music, and I want to make something for people that can relate to me, which I know there are people out there, but they don't necessarily have somebody rapping for them. And I feel like I can make stuff that relates to everybody, but I wanna put Dayton on the map. I wanna show people that there's a lot more to my city and the people that can come out of my city, and people everywhere. If you're in a small town, you got something to offer. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so where are you on your spiritual journey, if you could enlighten us on that? So do you know what that is?
Yeah, I would say, so I've definitely been in a space of prayer a lot more lately. Not necessarily meditation, which I want to implement more, but I just got back into church probably a month or so ago. Started going decently consistent. I missed last week, but I'm trying to, definitely stay consistent with it and just have
Do you
those
feel like
conversations.
you have to go to church?
I don't feel like you have to have a relationship if you're still, you know, talking to God, but it's sort of like therapy in a way. It's a spiritual therapy because you're hearing things that you need to hear, and they're relating it. If you have the right church, right?
Advice.
And it's all about the way you hear it. You know, it's your choice on how you get to take that and how you get to live your life with that. So I feel like if I'm getting something good out of it, I'm gonna take that, and I can find good in church for sure,
Right.
like in the scripture. So
Right. And so that's your foundation, that's your base, that's what keep you
absolutely,
going. Okay, cool.
absolutely.
So what was your biggest adversity in life where you feel like something was, you know, trying to keep you from reaching a goal or a certain thing, and how did you overcome that thing?
I dropped out of school,
Oh.
so I didn't finish college. I was running track for the majority of my life, like from age 3 to age 19, and it sort of left a void when I stopped running track. I had injured my knee. I had ruptured my patella tendon, and that, like, I was a hurdler, triple jump, long jump. I was doing all this track stuff, and my life was like my identity at the time. Like, people knew I was a funny guy. They knew, like, because I used to do little skits and stuff like that, and still do to help the music push. But I feel like I didn't really understand what I wanted to do outside of track, and I don't know if that was necessarily my dream or a dream that was just pushed on me because that was what I was good at, which I love the sport, like, you know, but it's just not what I feel like I was meant to be doing. I feel like I have something
Much
that
more to offer.
Yeah, I have a lot more to offer, and I gave that
Right.
in that space. So.
Okay. All right. So, are you still able to run today though? Like, you healed, right?
Oh, I'm healed. No, I haven't actually got back to the track. I haven't. I mean, I definitely need to. I miss it sometimes. Certain aspects.
Because that's what you were used to.
Right.
So what kept you motivated? Like, after that, like, how does it feel to be at one place in the world and something tragic happens? Where were you motivated? When did you start feeling better? How did you come to the point of saying, I'm okay with this and I'm willing to branch out to new things? What does that look like for you, knowing a direction you're going in, then being thrown off course to revamp your whole life again into something new?
Man, I'd say the year after my freshman year of college, because that was when I stopped running, was a year of, like, learning myself, and it was the first time I really had a time to reflect on who I am and who I want to be and where I want to go in life. So that time, I feel like, sort of led me to the time that I had my junior year, where I just made the decision, okay, I'm gonna start making music. That was the fall of 2019, like before the pandemic started. Me and my homeboy LJ used to be freestyling in the car, stuff like that, and, you know, we were actually pretty smooth. So it was like, you know what I'm saying, that sort of, like, I left a little seed in my head, and I'm like, I never wanted to necessarily rap because I didn't want to be looked at as, like, a stereotype. Oh, he's just another black kid that raps, Probably because I was overthinking stuff from me, my background, stuff like that. Like, ain't no way you need to be rapping. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you went to Catholic school, stuff like that. But I got a story to tell, same as anybody else.
And that's how you want to express it, through music.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that goes into who I am today, my foundation, stuff like that led me to that.
Okay. So when you were going through it, what type of emotional turmoil did you face when you were breaking away from track into discovering who you are?
To be honest, it wasn't that hard. Like, it really wasn't that hard. So I was,
because you already knew you had something to offer.
Yeah, it was like,
besides that, you knew it just wasn't the end for you.
I knew track wasn't, like, I kind of had came to that conclusion before the season was over, I was like, this just doesn't really feel like me anymore. Like I sort of detached from it, detached from like the dream of the Olympics, stuff like that.
Okay.
Because it didn't feel like genuine. So, you know, I started making more skits and just trying to see what my artistic capabilities were. Because I knew I had something. I knew, because I'm entertaining. I entertain at the end of the day. So,
so you didn't lose all hope.
I ain't losing no hope. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't
Have you ever?
Hope. I really don't lose hope. I ain't like
because of your foundation.
Because of my foundation, and just because like there's so much to experience in life.
Yes.
And like, how could you? There's all these different lanes for us to be able to try, and you wake up another day, and if that one doesn't work, you can try something else.
Yeah.
Why not do it?
Yeah, it's infinite possibility to tackle whatever it is you may want to tackle.
Right. Literally. Facts.
That's deep.
I'm telling you, man.
So who did you grow up with? Did you have both your parents?
Yeah, for sure. I grew up in, two-parent household. My older sister is 8 years older than me. My older brother is 10 years older than me. So, you know, I was the youngest. I got to, you know, see everything from a, you know, further view before coming into it. But, like, they just, you know, everybody, I can't say I have any complaints.
Right.
Like, everything, you know, just led me here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Do you believe that people with two-parent households carry on that tradition for their future relationships?
I feel like that's a good question. I feel like we look for that, like, in a partner sometimes, but I'm starting to realize that, like, a lot of, like, the expectation of that, finding that in your person is kind of ridiculous. Like, you can't really, if somebody has a good background, it doesn't necessarily have to come from having a two-parent household. You know, you can have morals without having a two-parent household. You can genuinely be a good person. I just want a good person. I don't want, you know, and further than that, I just want something that gives me confidence in myself that I'm like, okay, I'm smooth. Like I know this is gonna work. Like I can have you with me, and I can see us really growing this family and just taking what I have, my foundation, and leveling it up and turning it into something for my kids to just, you know what I'm saying, take off with. So that's really, you know, where my headspace is with that.
Are you incorporating your music as far as a brand on clothing, or you just want to promote your songs on your clothing? Tell me a little bit more about this focus that's featured on your shirt.
So this was some merch that I did for the first single I dropped this year called Focus, basically talking about, you know, the reasons you should focus on yourself and figure out how to, like, before you can help somebody else, just figure out what your goals are and figure out what you're aiming for, so you can just attack that. And then from that, you know, you can bear fruit in everybody else's lives. But until you really understand what you need to do, you can't really understand, like, how you can help other people. So this is like, I asked my homeboy to, you know, mock up some merch for me, because he designs clothes. Luda Brasi, Love Hard. Check him out.
And focusing is very, I like to say it's a very thin line, because, you know, it's so much that's going on in the world, in our own personal worlds, and just everybody else's world that we're dealing with too, that you can be easily distracted. So focusing on who you are and where you're trying to go in life, I think is very important. What is success for you? What does that look like?
To spread my message. It's, you know, fame is cool. It's got its place, and it's cool to see that you can have all these people that look up to you, stuff like that. But I want people to get the message. Like,
what is your message? What does this mean? What kind of message are you giving?
I feel like the best music is music that, you know, when we look through our history, I feel like it's about love. So, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that starts with love as the core of what the song is about. So, a lot of what I talk about is love based. And I feel like if we can just push more love out, then that's just going to
bring more love in.
Exactly.
Okay, and so what does success look like for you when it comes to that? Like, when are you going to be at that point where you feel like I've reached success, or I'm at my most successful point, or I already see that this is successful? What does that look like for you?
I feel that I am successful now. Like, if I were to, like, I feel like what I've done thus far in my life is all going to build. I don't believe I'll ever really peak. I just feel like I'm going to just keep learning and keep growing. Because I'm not going to stop. Like, I'm going to just keep going.
Right. And you're willing to face and go through whatever it is meets you, but you're going to keep going.
Right. So,
right.
I feel like I am, success to me just looks like me helping other people down the line once I've, I don't know. Like, I feel like helping other people reach their potential down the line. Just like instilling that confidence in them, whether it's through the music, whether it's like I said something to help them, through a time, something.
And that's what you're doing right now. Do you know that you have multiple purposes, and every day that you walk, live, or wherever you go, you may indeed have a purpose right then and there. It's not just getting to where you want to be and helping others. It's helping others along the way.
Right.
Do you believe that?
I definitely do.
That's awesome.
You just gotta, it's about expanding your resources and just showing love where you feel like you can, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
right.
That's what it's all about, though. Just, we're here to help each other.
Right. Okay.
Life is hard enough as it is.
It is. So. Yes, it is. And so, as far as any performances and stuff, are you open to performing in front of people? Like, do you think you've got over that hurdle of fear? And like,
so, I've never really had a problem speaking in front of people.
Speaking or singing or rapping? What you talking about?
I mean, rapping is different, but it's also like after the first show, it was like I could see this going, and then second show, third show, fourth show, you start getting in the groove, and then like I definitely want to work on my, I guess my choreography and stuff like that, because I'm not a dancer. I'll let you know right now. It's not my strong suit.
Right.
I've been told, at least. I mean, I feel like I can do a little razzle-dazzle, but it's not.
All right, whatever. So we're going to just...
You're
going to practice with us. So let me get you rapping real quick. Can I get a bar or two or something? Okay, cool. And then I need to see some of those moves.
No? See, okay, because
I don't have them either.
I'll tell you what. We can build on that. We can work towards it at some point. My vision foggy, thoughts can hardly bleed through. I thought he'd hardly see you. I thought he said them other shawties from the block can be you. All the success got to his head, started unlocking evils. You missed the days when y'all would talk, y'all used to chop like Ryu. Now you can't hardly speak to him unless you start undressing. Next thing you know, energy changes, he can show affection. He say how you're his blessing, and you're led to believe him. If you can't learn your lessons, girl, then you're bound to repeat them. Yeah, and you can't ride on just hope, no. You gotta take time for your growth. Look, cause either way, time will keep going. Yeah, just pick your head up and stay focused. Hey, sometimes this life starts to feel hopeless. Yeah, lose sight of our dreams and all the commotion. It ain't too late, you're never too broken. Only one man knows why you're chosen. You feel me?
And now I'm woken.
You feel me? Hold on, what up? What up?
Okay. And now she has spoken. Hey, what? I like that.
I like what you had going on too. Yeah, a little future.
And that ass be poking.
Come on now.
That's it.
All right, now.
All right, yeah, we definitely got
on the
track.
Okay. Come on now, remix. I'm
down for that, for real. All right, cool. So there you have it, y'all. We got the life behind the lens of C. Will, and he has new music coming soon. So y'all make sure y'all stay locked in, tuned in to that. I love the music, and I'm definitely gonna be sharing it on my page too. And for those who want to catch the full episode, make sure you go on YouTube to get the whole thing. Share, like, and subscribe. We truly appreciate y'all. Stay tuned.